Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to School Universe. We finally made it to 2023. Are we COVID-free? That's a negative. Is there a pending nuclear war? Maybe. But are we going to keep on trudging? Hell yeah. I think it's a good idea to open the new year with the works of Dr. Gabor Mate. I first learned of him through my own research into addiction and epigenetics and his new book, The Myth of Normal. Trauma, illness, and healing in a toxic culture couldn't have come at a better time. I've yet to finish the entire book, but I just listened to an absolutely heartwarming interview with Dr. Mate, and it literally brought tears to my eyes. It's the best one I've listened to in a really, really long time, and I encourage everyone to check it out. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful soul. 今天要介绍的是加博尔马泰医生。Bonus episode 的时候我就已经谈到改变饮食最重要的一环其实就是要找到食物瘾的根源。So what's the source of your food addiction? 那马泰医生他会问病人的是真正让你痛苦的原因是什么？因为马泰医生认为每个上瘾者其实都是自我安抚者。Every addict, what they're really trying to do is self-soothe.这些人大部分在童年时在需要被安抚的阶段他们受到冷落或是更糟糕的情况是被亲人虐待那成长环境后来也没有改善所以他们就会开始用不健康的方式去安抚自己 So in a way they're just trying to survive 他们只是想要活下去但是在外人的眼里会觉得他们就是废物对社会没有贡献没有价值的废物但是真正的问题根源是为什么我们的社会会变得这么的冷漠我们能不能在面对这些用错误方式自我安抚的人时只有更多的同理心和耐心去听他们的故事给他们加害者没有给他们的同理心和关爱And I'm talking about myself as well, even having gone through my own struggles. The fact that I've now made it on to the other side doesn't automatically make me more compassionate than anyone else. It requires conscious effort to stay open and vulnerable when I'm with someone struggling with addiction and unresolved trauma. And on that note, I'm going to give you Dr. Mate's definition of trauma.Trauma is a psychic wound that leaves an imprint, a scar in your nervous system, your body, and your psyche, and it shows up in multiple ways that are not helpful to you later on. 所以创伤是任何存留在身体里、神经系统里的精神伤口。那这些伤口会让你在受到刺激的情况下，表现出对当下没有任何帮助的情绪和反应。So it can make you overreactive.And it can also cause rigidity and an inability to grow emotionally or even experience the joy of life because you've hardened yourself. But the good news is, since it's a wound, it can heal. 那精神伤口如果结痂的话，就会让人变得麻木，在情绪方面也无法成长，更无法感受人生的喜悦。但是好消息是，它既然是伤口，那它就能够被治愈。So the question is, how do we begin to heal? This is the part where social connection and rituals can be incredibly powerful. Because as Dr. Mate writes in one of his books, we are wired for connection. We are wired for empathy. We are wired for attachment.我们生下来其实就是需要和世界连结的我们生来就是需要和他人产生共鸣我们生来就是要互相牵绊因为我们最害怕就是孤单在森林里连落单的狼都很难存活下去所以2023如果我们真的想要改变的话我们需要借助社群或是諮商師的力量I'm super lucky that Scott is kind of like my personal therapist and I always have the Ashtanga community to fall back on whenever I need a little boost. So I would really recommend anyone struggling to just go for it. Go find your tribe. Find a therapist. Don't feel like you have to do this on your own. 我真的觉得对于不爱跟别人聊私事的人你可以直接去上瑜伽课那需要透过聊天来抒发的朋友可以找个适合的諮商師我们用各种的方式去开发自我调节的能力提升抗压性这才能从根本解决食物瘾和情绪失控的问题 So in the interview, Jay Shetty asked a very poignant question. How does a child raised in a healthy environment respond to our current toxic culture? To that, Dr. Mate shared a really interesting study indicating that even though these children struggle as well, they don't associate their worth and value with external factors like their jobs or the loss of their jobs. So in a way, it's almost like they're protected from the corrupted societal values thrusted upon everyone in a capitalist society. 在访谈里，主持人问马泰医生，一个在健康环境长大的小孩，他被丢进污秽的社会后会有什么样的反应？马泰医生说，相关研究显示，这样的小孩一样会感受到压力和挑战，但是他们并不会因此用工作衡量自我价值。某层面而言，他们对扭曲的社会文化是有保护膜的。那这样的保护膜不是说小时候没有，长大就不能培养。主持人说他当和尚的3年里也开发了同样的保护膜。我常常觉得修行很大一部分其实就是拒绝服从社会的扭曲行为。100个人错不代表就是对的，那只有1个人对不代表他就是错的。那我想治愈创伤很大一部分就是来自这点的认知。Dr. Mate says the most important thing in life is to be authentic. Unto thyself, be true. 人生最重要的就是要真诚，尤其是对自己真诚，更不要为别人去扭曲自己。I hope that was helpful and you will check out Dr. Mate's interview. Next up, we have Scott. He's back with more crypto news.
This week, Sam Bankman-Fried, ex-CEO and founder of FTX, is expected to plead not guilty to the charges he currently faces. After being arrested in the Bahamas on December the 12th, Bankman-Fried was extradited to New York. After posting bail with a $250 million bond, he was released and allowed to fly to California, where he has been staying at his parents' home. He was forced to surrender his passport and is required to wear an ankle monitor. He faces multiple charges, including wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and conspiracy to violate election financing laws, among others. He faces up to 115 years in prison if convicted of all charges. 2 of the other key figures in the FTX scandal have chosen a different path. Caroline Ellison, the CEO of sister company Alameda Research, and Jason Wong, a co-founder of FTX, have both already pled guilty. They both face similar charges to Bankman-Fried, but are cooperating with authorities. They will be hoping for a much reduced sentence for doing so, but at this stage, nothing is certain. Once Bankman-Fried appears in court this week and officially enters his plea, the ongoing legal proceedings will enter their next chapter.
FTX 的山姆先生终于从巴哈马回美国待审，他目前的对策是不认罪，但这个罪一认是要被关上115年。那他的其他伙伴都已经认罪了，至于法官是否会对他们网开一面，还是让这3个好朋友一起在牢里厮守终身，那我们就不知道了。
Moving on, this past week, the crypto world received some sad news. It was reported that the shibainu dog, that is literally the face of Dogecoin, has become gravely ill. The dog, named Kabosu, is now 17 years old. Its owner, a teacher in Japan named Atsuko Sato, shared the news that the famous dog had been diagnosed with advanced leukemia. Sato originally posted a photo of Kabosu that would become internet famous in 2010. Soon after, the photo went viral, with a caption, Doge, and a viral meme was born. A few years later, in 2013, the famous photo with Kabosu's adorable face became the inspiration for a new cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. Originally meant as a joke, the meme coin has survived to this point for nearly 10 years and is now one of the largest cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. In addition to becoming the face of Dogecoin, that image of Kabosu also made its owner, Mr. Sato, rich. In 2021, at the height of the NFT craze, that original image of the famous Shiba Inu sold at auction for almost 1,700 Ethereum, which at the time was worth $4 million US. On Instagram, following the announcement of Kabosu's illness, Mr. Sato thanked the dog's fans for their love and support. And back to you, Sue.
Dogecoin 上面的狗狗其实是日本一只叫做卡波斯的柴犬，它因为主人把它卖萌的照片丢上网，结果它就莫名其妙的went viral，然后之后又在币圈莫名其妙的火起来，所以2021年它主人把原照当 NFT 卖掉，就赚了400万美元，所以真的是来报恩的狗宝宝。那伤心的是，现在17岁的柴犬宝宝患有白血病。养毛宝贝最受不了其实就是要提早分离。So hopefully in the future we'll be able to extend our fur babies' lives so they can be with us for just a little bit longer. You know, like a decade or 2, maybe 3 or 4. All right, that's all we have for you today. We'll catch you next week.